How's it going, guys? It's Mouseball, and this is the AttackMouse Nation and my salty gearheads. Welcome to Motoring with Mouseball. And guys, I'm here with Olegsii's bumper, and as you can see, it's a 500E bumper. Now, what's really amazing about this 500E bumper is that not only did Oleksii get it at LKQ on a crashed Fiat 500E, but then to make matters even better, he actually painted the whole bumper with rattle cans. And I mean, I'm absolutely blown away at the fact that he was able to do such a fantastic job on this car with rattle cans. I mean, he did nothing with a spray gun, he did nothing with mixing paint. All the paint was pre-made in a rattle can, and he bought enough paint, bought enough clear to do this awesome job. I mean, just take a look at the way the bumper flows. And I mean, you really honestly wouldn't think it was done with a rattle can. It was done very well. The 500 bumper is by far one of the best bumpers of the Fiat family because it's the most streamlined, it's the best one for aerodynamics, and because it was made for a 500E, well, it doesn't come in this color. The 500E only comes in specific colors. It comes in a powder blue or 57 edition blue. It comes in Mouseball's Grigio Senray, and it comes in the black and orange. Oh, and also a granite color. So there are no red 500Es whatsoever. So the fact that Oleksii has a red 500E bumper is pretty amazing because there's no other car like it. Plus he has the roof rack, which Mama Mouse and I have always admired about the car, and then the magnesium wheels, which give it a Ferrari-esque 1960s race car look. You've got the carbon fiber dipped mirrors, and it's got the 2/212 pattern in it. And Oleksii has the small duckbill that he's put on the rear wing, plus all of the other trim that matches up. Now, what Oleksii will probably end up doing is the 500E rear bumper to kind of match things up. But when you consider that the Fiat 500 is a instant classic when it comes down to modifications and actually putting the car together with something unique, something that nobody's ever seen before, well, this is the prime example of things you can actually do with this car. And like I said, just look at the profile and the shape of the car. I mean, it just looks so much cleaner with the 500E bumper. Now, we have minty green back, and minty green is always looking amazing. But what's really cool is that we have a brand new Fiat 500 member who actually owns this metallic black Abarth. Now, this particular Abarth, he just bought it. He was actually introduced to it by somebody who was actually cycling. The person was on their bicycle, and they happened to have a friend that was behind them driving the Abarth. And once he spotted it, it was like, holy crap, look at this car, look how it sounds. And he decided to buy this one for $11,000. And then obviously we have Mouseball with the brand new hood, with all of the different mods that we're going to be doing to Mouseball pretty soon. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice walk around the show and enjoy all of the different cars that have come out for Cars and Coffee's 9th anniversary. I mean, definitely a lot of...
Mouseball did it. It's all hand done.
Turbo Tom's my biggest supporter. But yeah, guys, this is our lineup. We've got 4 cars, 2 500s, 2 Abarths, and I'm just so excited about this bumper modification because, like I said, you know, when it comes down to it, what really makes the cars nice is how unique they are. And Oleksii could have stuck with his sport bumper. It looked great. There was nothing wrong with it. But Oleksii finding this 500E bumper, I mean, you can just see how much more aggressive it looks. You can see how the car is more streamlined and a lot cleaner. And the fact that he did it himself is what really impresses me. Because again, I don't want people to not have a hands-on experience with their car. I mean, this bumper didn't have to be perfect to be acceptable, but it's beyond being just acceptable. It's actually super well done when you consider that Oleksii didn't have a paint booth, Oleksii didn't have spray guns, Oleksii didn't have a compressor. He didn't have a lot of things, but that didn't stop him from getting it done. And not only did he paint the bumper and not have a run on it, but then he actually did all the tape outs on the actual turn signal coves and made them look perfect. I mean, it looks like I taped them out, which is pretty crazy because that's what I do every day. I tape stuff out like that and make them look just like that. And the fact that he blended the black so cleanly in with the red, that really shows that not only did he put a lot of attention to detail, and not only did he care about the actual overall look, but when you consider the fact that he didn't have a lot of things going for him when it came down to actually painting the bumper, this is a pretty damn good job. I mean, he even polished it all by himself. And how did he get it to happen? He did a lot of research. He took a lot of time to make it happen. And obviously, he spoke to me a lot through Instagram. So I'm always happy to help get somebody to a point where they get the confidence and the necessary skill to move forward with their car. And Oleksii is only starting and breaking the ice with this one, because who knows, like I said, we might actually see the rear bumper of the 500E on the back, and we might actually see some interior trim bits from the 500E too. He might make the first gasoline electric hybrid 500, and that, my friends, would be ultra rare. And like I explained to our subscribers, Oleksii, that there's no 500E that comes in this color.
Exactly.
Not one. So this is a one of one. It's extremely rare, and it's a first only mod. And when it comes to DI Corsa, the dick's gonna drop down, because everybody who thinks they're gonna have a hard on saying they got a great car and have nothing on this one. I mean, Mouseball is a close second because of the European 595 front end. But as rare as Mouseball's front end is, this is even rarer because, again, 500Es are not plentiful here in Florida.
You can't find the bumper online.
Yeah, you can't find the bumper online new. You can't find it anywhere. You can barely find the cars.
Yeah, people who from Europe who buy these cars on auction, they import them to Europe, and they cannot find the bumper. What they do, they put the bumpers from the European cars, and it kind of looks like regular Fiat, but it's electric. So this bumper can easily go on eBay for like $500, $600.
Yeah, more than that actually.
Or even more
Because when you think about it, if it's a brand new clip, let's just say it's a brand new clip that's never been touched, that isn't used. Because I mean, again, for you to find one even used is hard enough. But if you were to find a brand new clip, you could easily save $1,500 for that unpainted clip. And I mean, it might not even come with all the parts. So that's the pretty amazing part about the modification.
The grill, the bottom, detaches from the bumper. So if the grill online is normally will be like $500, $600 is brand new.
Exactly. And I mean, again, Oleksii can do a lot of things from here to where he can actually personalize the car and really streamline it and clean it up to where the car is so unique that there's no other 500 like it. See, the thing is that everybody thinks that they have to have an Abarth, and no, you don't have to have an Abarth. And you'll see that with not only Oleksii's car, but with my car, because I'm doing a lot of things to my 500 that are different. I mean, obviously Oleksii beat me to the best idea for the 500 period, which is put the E bumper on it. But I've got an Abarth bumper on mine for now, and I might be making changes to that. I'm also doing the interior, making changes to that. So there's lots of things that I'm doing with Merrill. Oleksii is probably already done with his 500. And again, some of my best memories have been in this car, like no joke. I mean, going all the way to Tampa and going to St. Pete and actually just driving with a sub 400 horsepower Z06 leaving us in the dust. But who was smiling more? We were, because I'm telling you right now, I've never been in a more comfortable car. The music was the best, as always. Oleksii has great musical taste, and obviously cold AC, which is one of the things you absolutely have to have in Florida. But I mean, I just wanted to dedicate this first video at the Cars and Coffee 9th anniversary to Oleksii, because again, the idea that a person would take the time and the effort to put together something, and you know, there's a lot of things that can go through your mind. Am I going to mess it up? Am I going to have problems with the paint? Is the paint going to wrinkle? Am I going to have runs? Am I going to burn through it when I put like either easily 5-6 hours worth of work into it, and I'm going to have to start all over again? I mean, all those things come into play when you're doing something for the first time. So the fact that this bumper looks as good as it looks, and it's polished, it's actually polished, believe it or not. There's some areas that need a little bit of working on, which again, for the first time, you can't expect perfection, but that's the whole point. You want to build this up, build this up, build this up until you get it perfect, and it's actually more fun to do it that way. Because if everything was perfect right out of the box, it'd be boring. And that's the whole idea. You don't want it to be boring. You want it to be a journey, and you want it to be exciting. Because, yeah, exactly. And again, who knows where this car is actually going to end up, because as far as I'm concerned, he's, what, a few more mods to actually perfecting it. I mean, he polished the car himself too. He actually got a lot of the imperfections out of the paint. So
it was raining the whole day.
2 minutes ago.
And I don't have a garage or anything. So I kind of watched it, and it's still dirty.
So when you think about the fact that here's somebody who doesn't have a garage, who doesn't have a compressor, who doesn't have all the materials that he could use to perfect the car, and I mean, I'm not talking about just a front bumper, I'm talking about the whole car, which he could paint correct the whole car and it would look just as good as Mouseball. And the thing is that if he had those, you know, things in his corner, he could do work as good as anybody out there who's a professional. He would take a little bit longer because it's his first time, but as he grew into it, he would be as good of a pro as anybody else. And that's the thing, that's what separates the, you know, amateurs from the pros, is the tools you have and how often do you do it. And again, it's a pretty professional job to me. And me, I'm very, very picky about how things look on my car. So just the fact that he's got it like this is awesome, and it's really amazing. So guys, we're gonna go and we're gonna walk the show with Oleksii and with Turbo Tom, and we're gonna enjoy the 9th anniversary of Cars and Coffee. Because I'm telling you right now, this car is by far my favorite. I'm starting to make Meryl jealous, because Meryl's gonna be like, what am I, a bastard child or something? You like Olekski's car better than me? So it is what it is, guys, but I've shown pictures to Mama Mouse and she's excited as well. And like I said, this is amazing. This is a testament to car culture, to people actually taking the time to make an effort and try something and not let fear stop them. So I'll get back to you guys in another one.